On this episode of the Bozo podcast, the boys get all up in their feelings. Nathan has an obsession with death, and Dan guest stars on a secret show. Welcome to the Bozo Show.
Dude, it's been a long week.
It has been a long week. Why has it been a long week, Nathan?
I mean, because of the trip that I did to Missouri,
Backwards.
There's already some stuff that, you know, it's not as easy to be doing work when you're out in the field.
When you're out on the farm doing the tractor work.
Damn right,
Driving around,
right.
lifting hay bales and shit.
I've been just playing catch up this entire time. I saw my doctor today.
Yeah.
It was really fun. I just got to say hi, you know, give a little wink.
And not tell them about issues that you actually have.
I may or may not have issues. Okay, we can open with that. I'm fine with it. I feel like my legs have been bit up by like 1,000 bugs.
Yeah, you have a lot of bug bites. You look like you have chicken pox. Like,
I don't. It's because I know that you're not supposed to scratch your bug bites.
Yeah.
And in fact, day one that it happened, you know, bug bites all over my legs. I was like, I'm not gonna scratch them, and it looked totally fine. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't be able to tell.
Yeah.
Day two,
they're red.
I may or may not have gave in, and I was like, I'm just gonna start fucking going at it. I'm like, what's the worst that can happen? Day three, which is now, they're very noticeable.
Not looking good.
No, they're not looking good.
And the reason he has all these bug bites is actually because he worked out of Vegas. And there's a lot of bugs outside. Mm-hmm. Actually, we have no idea if that's the issue. Because he was wearing pants, so technically the bugs wouldn't be able to get up.
But it's all on my... We're opening just on bug bites. I don't know how much people are interested in my legs, but...
It happens.
Some people are interested in my legs. But not usually people who are watching
not
Bozo
us.
Show. Not me, brother. Not me.
Nathan, the Florida Panthers just won the Stanley Cup.
The Stanley Cup? The Florida Panthers?
Yeah, it's hockey. I don't know if you know that.
I don't know.
I'm wearing a hockey jersey. This is New York. This is not the Florida Panthers. But the fucking Stanley Cup ceremony, when they lift the cup and they skate around and they kiss the cup and lift it above their heads in front of the fans and hand it off to their teammates, it has to be the greatest trophy celebration there is.
Isn't there one place where like they just like pour like beer or shit on you?
That's the NFL. And the NFL, they do like little traditions where they take the Gatorade cooler from the game and they pour it on the coach and stuff like that. I feel like NFL might be close second, but their trophy is lame. It's just like a little steel thing with the football on top of it. Like
yeah.
Even the World Cup is, they just like line up and go receive medals and then they do like one little trophy lift. But the NHL, like every player gets their moment to like lift it in front of a full, as long as it's a home game.
Yeah.
A fully packed stadium of fans and they have their own moment, kissing the cup, photos, whatnot. It's electric.
You showed me it. I could tell that it's a big cultural thing because it panned to like a little kid holding a scale model, just like be like, yay!
Dude, it's so like epic of a spectacle that kids like dream of getting to that moment and being like having that moment where you're kissing the cup and lifting this giant steel 132-year-old cup over your head, skating around in front of like everyone.
I could see the joy in that kid's eyes as he was just looking on.
I know. Like, Dude, I wish I cared about something as much as those players do.
I thought it was just going to end there.
No,
it was like,
I always care about things.
I'm like, do we need to stop the cameras?
But,
are you okay?
Like having care about something where it breaks you down to tears is like my life goal. Like I don't have anything. I think like that's why I choose to watch soccer and get addicted to like watching one team is because like when they lose it affects my mood, and when they win I'm like twice as happy as I was before.
I can't wait till we fast forward like 4 months from now when you have your new baby daughter.
Oh yeah,
and you're just like
4 months.
Oh.
That would mean someone's already pregnant, which is not the case.
I got news for you.
Oh no, who did I knock up? I haven't had sex with anyone
ever.
No, well, not ever, but I haven't had sex with anyone that recently where I could be having a child soon. Actually, that's not true. But
I got news for you, Dan. Bing, bing, bing.
Wait. What month is it? It's June.
It's June. About to be July.
August. Okay. 4 months would not. 4 months would not be real. 4 months would not be real. It wouldn't be me. It would be me.
Okay. So we've already been to what a road from bug bites to the NHL.
Nathan, what do you care about? Do you care about anything to tears? Like, would anything break you down
tears?
to tears if something went wrong with it or something?
I actually find myself, oddly enough, my care has gone like exponentially through the roof in the sense where as a kid I'd be like, dude, nothing makes me cry. The only thing that made me cry as a little kid was when Ash let Squirtle join the Squirtle gang in the old cartoon show. And I was like, no, but Squirtle doesn't want to go with the Squirtle gang, but it's for his own good. Nowadays, I watch like any movie or TV show where it's like families involved.
And you start crying, start bawling.
Dude, do you know the show Violet Evergarden?
Is that the one you watched with Seb?
Yeah, the anime.
His favorite one that's super sad.
Oh my god.
I feel like I would cry to that too.
I was bawling.
But I haven't watched
that was the hardest cry that I've had. I'm not joking. In the last like 8 or 9 years.
Yeah.
My nose, it was like I need to run and get a tissue. I was blowing my nose out the entire time. Oh, there's this. Dude, I can't spoil it. I'm not allowed to spoil this shit. But it punches you so hard.
So I'm the complete opposite. Where as a kid I was like way more emotional. Like when I would play video games, I would like get like super rage, like squeaker rage. Like I would throw my controller at the pillows, losing an NHL or something like that.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, nothing phases me, and I'm so like just level-headed until something hits hard enough where I break. And
yeah, that's
recently you had Violet Evergarden. Mine was Interstellar.
That's so cheesy. That's so cheesy.
Dude,
Interstellar.
The scene where he's watching his kids grow old because they were stuck on the water planet and time advanced, and then he's just like watching his kids grow up, and the kid's son died because of the dust, and then like he's like, oh, I got married, and he's like watching his kids get old, and then his daughter like gets mad because he's been away for so long, and he starts crying.
Anything family, that's all it takes for me. I'm just like, dude, please. I feel like I'm gonna be like, I hope that if I have a wife, she'll be the strong one of us. Because, like, my kid's graduating, I'm going to be bawling tears. No, and be like, oh, man.
I will be the strong one, but obviously it's like, if it's a kid of mine or something, I will be sentimental and I'll shed, like, one singular tear.
Oh, okay. You'll like, hold...
I'll be like General Mustang in Full Metal Alchemist when he's like, it's a terrible day for rain, and then she's like, it's not raining, and then he starts crying. That'll be me. Like while he's hiding under his hat, that'll be me. I don't know why.
It honestly has gotten kind of bad to where like I won't even intentionally do it, but especially like if I'm not of the right state of mind, if I've been drinking or something, I could just be thinking just like casually like, oh man, I love my friends, and then I'd be like, but what if all my friends die?
What the fuck?
And then I cry.
Dude, I go, oh, I love my friends, and then I text you guys. I don't think about the bad stuff. What the fuck? That's so morbid.
It's not all morbid, but I will say I think I'm prone to like morbid thoughts because like really early on as like a kid, like I must have been like 6 or 7, I just casually in the car would just be like, so dad, like, death is all around us. What happens when I die? Like, it's just darkness, right?
Why are you just
forever
so existential? What the fuck?
My brain's predisposed to just existentialism, but I'm kind of chill with it.
I think I have trained my brain to ignore the thought of dying because I have never had like an existential crisis where I'm like, what if I die? Oh my god.
I think I purposefully kind of like go to like extremes to like test where I am at life. Like one that's not death related, but is like essentially for a lot of people just as bad. It's like, what if by the age of 40, I have no friends, no family, no money, like nothing. Like I'm just I have nothing to my, like of my past and I'm just a person. Well, I still think that like, by the time I die, I can get married and find my own family and tell happy stories.
You will be fine because you're a friendly person and can make new friends if all your friends die and pass away.
That's how my brain gets to the happy thoughts. It's like, man, if I can deal with this crazy morbid shit, well then when I actually like in real life, I'm probably chilling.
Then the belief in yourself comes out and you're like, nah, I'll be fine.
Like from the age of like 17 or 18, I was pretty much just like, man, like if I die right now, like I guess I'm chill with that because I've checked enough things off my list. And I'm
me
like,
too.
Honestly,
I'm like, if I die at this point, I'm like, if I die, whatever. Like, all my debt gets washed away. That's good. Like whatever.
I like that's your like debt's gone.
I've experienced a lot in my life. I've fallen in love and fallen out of love, heartbreak, and that's one thing that will get me to care about something to tears is a love interest, because I was very emotional when I was in a relationship. Steel,
man. Dan has a heart.
I am such a little crybaby when it comes to,
I'm a heartthrob for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely get head over heels in love, and then it becomes emotionally damaging if that person is not nice to me, which has happened in the past.
Most of the time, people that I've dated have been pretty nice to me. I think a lot of the time it just comes down to, I'm actually really nervous to get into like a relationship right now, only because originally it's like, man, like kindergarten's gonna end soon. Like, okay, this got an expiration date. I'll probably be okay. Like high school graduation, I'm like, we're not gonna go to the same college, so I'm like, all right. But then now I'm like, okay, well, like now there's nothing stopping me from being like, all right, you're the one that I'm doing my whole life map for.
It's like I live here and this is my life. I cannot fuck this up, because that person is just around me forever, and unless it's like someone you meet off Hinge or something.
But that's also because for our specific position, way different than the average Joe. Average Joe outside is like, as long as you don't date the person that's literally in your immediate workplace, it's like you're chilling. Like most people, they have not just like one friend group, but multiple friend groups, and they're not at all connected. And if one just goes away, it's pretty easy to kind of just continue doing that. I feel like our specific sphere, it's so consuming.
Yeah, it's everyone knows each other and is connected, and like it'd be really bad if you get into a relationship and then it goes sour, and then like there's a divide because people either want to hang out with that person or you, and then the other person gets left out.
I've thought about literally finding another thing to do just to help create another bubble. Yeah. That I can like, I've thought, because I like volunteering. I guess we opened with it like out of Vegas. I like doing volunteer work. Even before I moved, I would help with like my local like music program and stuff. Yeah. I've thought about like literally, I don't even know, like soup, like, you know, like where they feed soup to the homeless or something like that. I'm like, maybe there's like another thing that I could do.
You could find a wholesome girl who feeds soup.
Yeah, I'm like, maybe I could just do that and meet people that way. And that way, when I leave the house, I still feel good about myself. I'm like, I'm doing something that I'm glad to be doing. Because like the alternative, I don't really have interest in. Like, I don't want to go around college campuses to find people my age. No, I definitely don't want to meet people like a bar or something.
Bar culture would be like the real adult one.
And I don't trust. I just don't trust like the BFF like apps. Like, you know, Bumble's like, do you want your best friend mode? I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna go looking through a bunch of guys being like, you're my homie. That one will be my homie.
It's a little like, I don't know if it's like fucking beta to say, but like dating apps are like fucking awful. Like
get out of here.
I fucking hate this fucking shit. It's like you have to be good at meeting new people, which I am the opposite. I am very much like, the more I hang out with somebody, the more comfortable I get. Because like really, even with like friends of mine in the space, it's like it's taking me like 2 years just to like get comfortable with some people and meet some people. Like sometimes I'm just not feeling social, and then I don't say hi to someone new at a party, and then it's like eventually I'm feeling social and I'll say hi to them and be like, oh, I've seen you a couple times before, and then like the connection will build. But like there's only a few people where that initial connection has gone to like an actual like further friendship. Yeah. And that's just because I'm horrible socially. So rolling that into the fucking dating world on a dating app where I have to appear like interesting and go so far out of my comfort zone just to like have a good first impression on a girl is like fucking terrible. I hate dating.
It feels like such a weird position to be in, because like on one hand, I don't know. I feel like you're like supposed to just like sit there and like brag about yourself on like profile pictures.
Yeah, it's just weird.
It's just weird.
I feel self like sucking. It's weird.
I don't know. Like, do I say like I have a cool job? Do I say that it like I don't know. The whole thing's just really confusing.
It's so weird. It's so masturbatory.
My thing is like most of the time I'll like send a lot of message. Like I'll talk to a lot of people, but usually we'll never end up going on a date. That's just because like that's just how dating apps are. Like you're just not going to be able to get responses and stuff.
I have 3 successful dating app experiences. And by successful, I mean we actually went on a date.
Successful? I've not one person I've met through a dating app I talk to now.
Yeah, neither do I.
Yeah. So it's like...
The first one was like, just like a hookup, and then it was like, all right, I'm never talking to you again. And then the second one was a one-night stand, and I was like, okay, I'm definitely not talking to you again, because that was awkward. And then the third one, we went on a first date, and it was like chill or whatever, but then we both were like just busy people, and we're like, okay, that's like...
Yeah, I think that like most, even when it's not like literally a hookup, I just think most dates that you go on where it's through like a dating app, you're gonna do like 3 max. Yeah. And that's probably gonna be it, unless you're just solid, you know.
But the annoying thing is,
so rare.
There's some people who are like, "Oh, I met my boyfriend on Hinge, and we've been dating for 2 years, like fucking Scarlett and David." And I'm just like, "Okay, well, you guys are weirdos." And it was in COVID, so that's a little different.
They're wonderful people, and
they are, but it's fucking annoying. I hate people who are still dating that meet on dating apps. It's like, fuck you.
I think they're the 1%ers.
Fuck you! Don't give me hope.
They're the 1%ers. let the 1%ers. Actually, I don't want to make that statement. Fuck the 1%ers.
Fuck the 1%ers.
In any other context, I don't follow that belief, so I'm not gonna like make a strain just for Scarlett and David. Sorry, Scarlett and David.
No, fuck you, Scarlett and David.
Okay.
This is all to say that I am not going to be the one to engage in a relationship with anybody. If someone likes me, they have to come after me because I am fucking Marcus Rashford grind set. If you know, you know.
I don't.
Fuck Manchester United though. Ignore it.
You're saying.
I'm just saying shit.
Yeah, you're saying magic words to me. I don't understand.
But as much as I want to be fall in love again and care about somebody that deeply, it's like I gotta get my shit. I gotta make money first. I gotta do this shit first and work hard on this.
My thought is more so I don't think it's a big priority for me. Yeah, like you. I also don't. I don't pursue, especially the more and more throughout the years. I pursue less and less. I think that it's really cool when somebody is able to show interest. And I generally, my preferred style of relationship is like an equal partnership.
Yeah.
Which to me seems like common sense, but some people and not even necessarily people are allowed to like different dynamics. Yeah. Some people literally I want to be the guy who makes all the money and just comes home and my wife makes dinner. Or some people are like, I just want to sit at home all day and raise the kids, and then my husband. I'm like, that's fine. I want a partner, personally, an equal partner where I'm I want to be able to.
We're in this together.
Go on dates. Take me on dates. Yeah. Show that we're both interested in every aspect.
We're in this together, and we're both trying to fucking stumble through life, and we have each other to lean on, and when we're sad or some shit.
I think my end goal, raising a family, hopefully I can have a nice job where I either don't have to work many hours or I can work from home. But honestly, worst case, I want to be a house husband. I'm not gonna go corporate. Sorry, ladies. I'm staying my artist way. And dude, if you're a rich corporate woman who needs a little guy like me, you need me. Sign me up. But outside of that, I'm not sure.
Dude, if I could be a streamer husband and just make the bread streaming and then take care of the kids all day, and have people editing for me or something, the wife can do whatever she wants.
I'll still be working. I'll be taking money in. At the very least, I got myself covered and bringing a little extra. If my wife also wants to work and do a cool job, I'll be damn right.
Damn right. More power to you, queen.
And I'll just do stay at home. So drop off the kids at work, go back home, do a little work, clean some dishes, do some cooking. Hey, that sounds like a great fulfilling day for me.
But I will never be the one to ask the girl out in my current state.
No, they're icky and gross.
Yeah,
women are terrifying. Like girls.
Women are scary.
They're kind of okay. If you think about it, women are scary.
They are pretty intimidating.
Statistically, women are bigger bullies to at least other girls than guys are. Y'all are fucked up to each other.
You're nasty.
Sorry, y'all are bleeped up to each other.
Boss ass bitch type shit. Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss.
What is up with that? Did you experience that? Did you notice? Or do you think that's myth?
I mean, when I had
as far as I'm aware, I think it's confirmed.
When I had a girlfriend and I was in on the secret society of women, of girls when I was in high school. Yeah.
The rumor mill goes crazy.
Oh, dude.
I don't think
the Finsta shit talking.
Honestly, I didn't even connect the dots until right now. But I've never heard anywhere like half as bad as guys saying it. You don't hear guys shit talk other guys. I mostly be like, that guy's stupid, or like that guy's weak.
Yeah, it's very basic service level.
They're not gonna go.
Maybe a little bit of like manipulation, but nothing crazy.
There's some women who've gone crazy into each other.
Like fucked up shit, like trauma shit. Like, oh my god.
I love and respect women though, and this was just a playful jab at the society as a whole. And not at a particular woman or women.
To all our female friends out there, keep going, Queen.
I like all of you.
We support you.
And I just was, listen, I be a gooster. I may not be a little jester now and then. Perhaps I jest.
You get medieval on me? What the fuck
Perhaps I jest on one, sir.
I don't know, man. I'm just, it's not good timing right now to be in a relationship because we have to fucking grind.
I do not understand your tongue.
Don't come medieval on me. I need you here. I need a co-host.
Damn it. I'm back.
Jesus. So Wednesday night, we went to a little shindig that we teased it a little bit last week in the last week's episode.
Yeah.
But our good friend Morgpie had a birthday party where she rented out a roller skating rink, and we all went roller skating together. And Nathan...
I may be a little goofy.
Not really roller skated that much in the past.
I'm not the best at roller skating, and I thought it would be a great idea to put in colored contacts.
Oh my god, it was cursed.
That not only are very cursed to look at, but make it so you can only see 20% as much as you normally do.
And it was dark in there too.
It's essentially like, imagine... Do I want to say it? Imagine...
Gojo. What were you gonna say?
Or someone came on a camera.
What the fuck?
It's just like a bunch of white on your eyes.
It's like his eyes are like, it's like blue with like a little snowflake kind of thing. Sparkle.
Yeah, it's like a snowflake like star for my pupils, like neon white. And so looking through that, everything's coated in white. And then it's also just harder to see. So like extreme differences in like light I can see, but like trying to make out distinguishing features was not good. And so honestly I was fine roller skating. The biggest thing was I went in there and the lights are low and I'm like, I don't know who anyone is.
Oh yeah, you can recognize faces.
They're all just faces. And I'm just like, some people just have silhouettes, you know, that you can like recognize. Like Seb has a very recognizable silhouette, and he had like his neon's hat on at all times. So I'm like, him I could spot from across the entire thing.
Seb's a very recognizable character. He's like a cartoon character. He stands out.
Yeah, and I've talked to him many times about it, and I think all of us agree that like, go off, King. I love that you're so recognizable.
I mean, it's good for the space we're in.
It's good for everything, yeah.
It was fucking dark in there, so I'm surprised that you didn't eat shit, because you actually stood on your feet pretty well.
I did all right. I felt, honestly, at the end is when I felt the most. I felt like 2 or 3 times right at the end. But at the beginning, even especially when like warming up, when I put my skates on at the start of the day, I could not do anything.
Yeah.
I was locked in. I've done it twice before, so I have that like residual muscle memory, but I had to get it going. So for the first hour, it was me just being like around the entire time.
If you follow us on Instagram, you might have seen an Instagram story that I took in the car on the way there. You could have seen Nathan's blue contacts. I might have saved the picture. Who knows?
Yeah,
might be able to put it in the edit
there somewhere.
But yeah, when we got there, we were kind of sort of one of the first people there.
We're early on, for sure.
And I have my own skates, my own hockey skates, because I played hockey since I was like 5 years old. And I went to put them on, and I totally forgot that last time I used the skates, I snapped the laces. Like when you use skates a lot, they get like basically wet with sweat or whatever, and then sweat and dry. And eventually,
so it's
eventually like an old like pirate's rope or something on a ship, it snaps, like the twine snaps. So I'm like going to tie my skates, and I pull, and the shit yanks. So on Wednesday, I'm like sitting there, and I'm trying to put on my skates, and all of a sudden I realize that one side is way longer than the other, and the other can't lace through the top to tie my skates properly, and I'm like, shit. So everyone like gets their skates on, is ready to go, and then I'm sitting there unlacing my entire skate so I can even out the broken lace to be even on both sides so I can tie it.
Yeah.
And then Seer walks over, And he's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, my lace is snapped." And he's just like, "Oh, those look like a legit hockey skates." I was like, "Yeah, I played since I was 5, whatever." Had a nice conversation with him. Finally, I lace up the skates, and it's like the plastic cap that on the end of the laces isn't there. So I have to like
aglet.
Yeah,
it's
the
called
aglet.
An aglet.
The aglet on the end of the thing isn't there. So I'm like, I have to like put it through and like fingertip squeeze little threads to pull it through the thing. But I got it done, and then from then on, it was like everyone was like, "Wow, you're fucking really good," because I played hockey. So
I think there was that thing where they did the limbo.
Oh yeah,
I think I got one limbo.
I vetoed limbo. Limbo's lame.
I got one limbo. So Dan did really good at the other events, which were...
we did races, basically. So there was 2 races. One was a duo race where your partner crouches, and then the person who's skating has to push them from behind.
And of course your teammate was...
My teammate was Noah, me and Noah Lang, Neg. He bent down in front of me, pause, and I pushed him around the track. But the problem was, when on the starting line, we lined up next to Bryce Up and David, and VC David. And right as the race goes on, they grab my sleeve from behind and start yanking me back. So I'm like trying to slap them away and not let go of Noah, because if I let go, we're disqualified. And I'm trying to like get off the starting line. And all of a sudden, Frog, Julie, and Jimmy just start coasting through. And finally we get up to speed and we catch up to them. And on like the last turn, Bryce and David like are behind us a little bit. And I go to bank in, and they cut us off. And then Jimmy and Julie just sneak in right on the side of the cone on the inside lane and win.
You know what I hear?
Oh, it's tough.
And you're such a sore loser, Dan.
I got sabotaged, man.
You're such a sore loser.
I'm not a sore loser. Okay, don't do this to me. The second race I won, but it was because it was a solo race. But it was weird because the rules were you had to drag yourself with your hands and you couldn't use your legs. It was just hand strength, which I actually ended up getting a blister on my middle finger from just
it's still
clawing.
there.
Yeah, it's still there. I haven't popped it or anything.
It's in 4K,
chilling.
guys. Zoom in if you want. If you're on mobile, you can. Did you know? Fun fact. Did you know if you're watching this on mobile, you can... And I'm big now?
Oh, you actually can do that. You can zoom all the way in. Look at me. Zoom in. Zoom into this.
If you're just listening to this, don't! Audio listeners, Dan respects you.
I do. I love you guys.
To be fair, that wasn't to audio listeners. That was just to people who actually watch the thing.
Anyone could get that respect. Love and respect. I love and respect everybody.
I have respect for most people.
Yeah, except for me when I'm clearly not being a sore loser and you call me a sore loser.
I don't know what you want me to say, Dan. When you're being a sore loser, I'll call it out.
I've not been a sore loser. Okay, so basically, we started doing like unofficially and now officially like game nights with the boys with Off the Meds, which we should also talk about that afterwards.
Yeah.
Where we'll go over the other house where Sick Gnarly lives, Sick Nasty, and we'll play like Melee and maybe Mario Kart and Mario Party. Yep. And they started doing this bit where they just kept calling me a sore loser.
This guy.
Even though it's like I never complained once.
So he's calling it a bit. Let it be known. That is not a bit.
I'd never.
You would mauled silently, but mauled.
I had an outburst once in Mario Party because
the man admits it.
This is irrelevant to winning or losing. It was a mini game where Seb was like, "Oh, no one knows anything. Everyone has an equal advantage." And I'm playing this game, and all of a sudden there's this. It's like a Mario Party minigame, Mario Party 7, where you're running around this like spiral staircase, and there's like booby traps you have to like jump over and dodge.
That's one of my favorite ones, dude.
All of a sudden you get to the top, and there's these like tiles on the ground, and these that just fall out, and they're different colored, but I didn't notice it, so I just walk off, and me and Noah both fall into the pit.
I think the thing that makes it annoying is the minute that you touch it. You die. Like
you can't even. There's no coyote frames.
Yeah, I
didn't even notice that the tiles were there. I just fell and I was like, "What the fuck was that?" And then, of course, I had the lead. And then Sick Nasty just knows the map. And then Seb keeps going, "Oh, it's equal advantage. It's equal advantage." And Sick wins the mini game. And he says it one more time. And I turn to him and I go, He knows! He knows! And I screamed it, and me and Severance were right next to each other. I screamed it right in his face, and he was just like, because Sick had played Mario Party 7 before. Like, the whole thing was that no one played Mario Party 7 before, no one knew, but Sick was the only one that knew, and he was the one that won the minigame, so I got mad. But that was the only time. Every other Melee game where we end up winning Mario Party anyways because we were teammates. Bozo show on top.
Bozo
Let's go,
wins.
baby.
Bozo wins.
But the sore loser comment is not real. It's fake news.
So after that 2-minute tirade, then you went on. I'll say no compliments given to any other players on the team.
What do you mean?
You were dogging. I'm just saying, it sounds like sore loser to me. It seems vivid.
I complimented you on our win. We were teammates.
That's
and
fair.
We won.
But
Luigi and Toad forever.
I was not involved in that story. That was added on to the end.
Well, that was
like
me and Seb. That was me yelling at Seb for being stupid boy. But that was the only outburst I had. The Melee, I was laying back with a big smile on my face, winning like half the games we played.
Meanwhile, I'm zen on the couch, I'll say. Zen.
You had the long seat with the footrest. My feet were uncomfortable on the coffee table.
People call me the Buddha when I start playing Melee.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because I just sit there and I go...
You acted like you didn't spike a controller and kept leaning over after I killed you and rubbing my controls to make me mess up.
My muscle spasms are not your joke to be made fun of.
I'm the sore loser. I'm the sore loser.
Yes.
Me.
Oh, me.
I'm the sore loser.
You. Yes.
Sure thing, buddy.
So how about the Mets, huh?
Mets.
I don't know. It is. That's
baseball. It's what is it? Summer. It's like the beginning of the season, or no, mid-season.
I got something right about baseball.
Okay, you knew
celebration horns.
You knew that the Mets are playing, right? Like,
are they playing? No, I didn't. I just guessed.
I mean, it's mid-season, so it's like an 80-game season. They're in the middle of it.
What's your favorite baseball team, Daniel Corona?
Baseball's boring. I don't care about baseball.
I like the Giants because their color is orange.
From San Francisco?
Fun fact, I think so. San Francisco.
I don't even know.
Did you know that my favorite color is orange?
Yeah, everyone knows that. You say this every time.
I like the color.
That's
orange.
all you talk about is your favorite color is orange.
I have a bunch of Waddle Dees in my room, which is like Kirby, but they're orange.
You literally don't stop talking about it. You're like nonstop.
I've not mentioned the Waddle Dees once on this channel,
do it
so
all
they
the
don't.
time.
I've not.
Literally every day you talk about the color orange.
But they don't know
it's
about.
Crazy.
What? What'd you say?
The color orange.
Oh, I don't know why I thought you said car wash.
No.
I did go to the car wash today.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
My car needs a wash. I haven't washed my car since I bought it. It's dirty.
You sounded so invested or turned about my car wash statement.
Car wash is like a buzzword in my head because I have it in the back of my head that I need to get a car wash. But the thing was, I was gonna save getting a car wash for when my family visits town. But my family, in the 2.5 years I've lived here, I've not visited once, so I haven't had to get a car wash.
That's the real do you know your partner thing? If you can do a podcast where all the responses are just like subconscious triggers, where it's like, oh, car wash, keys,
sleeper agent,
the entire time, just waking them up. Do you want it? Would you sign up to be a sleeper agent, by the way?
Fuck yeah, why not? Are you kidding me? It would spice up my life. All of a sudden, someone says KGB, I go.
No thoughts. I would be
activated.
down. Do you know the show? I think it's Severance, where I'd be down to sever myself.
No. Don't do that.
You're just talking about sleeper agent.
Yeah, but like you just lose half the hours of your day every day.
But then it's all the boring shit I don't want to do.
Yeah, but then you can't work towards not having to work a job in the first place, which is what we were trying to do with the show.
No, I could do that with me going down and edit Bozo right now. I go Bozo time, and then Bozo over. And I'm done, and all of a sudden we got $2 quadrillion in our bank accounts.
Well, that's not how that works. They don't get paid that much. Surely they're not on a great salary.
Okay, fine. $2 billion.
Not even president.
$2 billion, then we'll lower it.
That's higher.
That
quadrillion. That's even. That I don't think that's a real number.
I said quadrillion.
I don't think
first.
quadrillion is a real number.
Mods.
Siri, Google. Should we look up
Alex?
If quadrillion is real?
Alexa. I don't know why I called them Alex. Don't Google.
I forgot how to do Google on mine.
Don't Google right now.
Is quadrillion a real number?
It's absolutely not a real number. I definitely
Stop talking. It's fucking it up.
Stop it!
Is quadrillion a real number? It says Katrina. Okay, it's not a real number. It would have known if it was.
It would have known?
It would have known.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it would have known.
I will say, funny enough, when I said quadrillion, I really wanted to just say Katrina, but it would have made no sense.
Like the hurricane that killed thousands of people and left people very displaced.
I was in Missouri
when the hurricane hit in 2006 or whatever the fuck it was.
Damn right.
God damn.
Who do you think was... I'm not going to make a joke about driving the tornado.
Yeah, sorry if your home was destroyed in Katrina. It's our bad.
If you're old enough to remember, send me a postcard. I'd like to know your story.
Dude, speaking of damage, I was brushing my teeth this morning, and for some reason I brushed my teeth very aggressively.
Do not link to gum damage.
well, I'm like going this way, brush my teeth, and it slips off my molar and just stabs the top of my mouth. And now I have like a bloody top mouth, and the gums are like a little squishy.
Can we circle back around then to my weird fucking legs right now? We're going to go on some weird shit.
Well, we both have dire injuries, clearly.
Yeah.
Dire problems.
I mean, like, I went to the doctor. They said I was perfectly fine.
You didn't tell them about it.
I didn't tell them about the weird leg thing.
You didn't tell about the leg thing that you got from...
It's probably fine. It's probably bugs or something.
From Alveus.
From Alveus.
From Alveus. Wait, I don't want to associate Alveus with that bullshit. Wait a minute.
All of that.
Maya don't watch this.
That's the only reason why? That's the only reason why.
Okay, can I tell the joke? Can I leak the joke?
You can leak the joke, but it is a joke and it has no basis.
It has no basis.
It is no basis.
This is real. It did not happen.
But I didn't want you to say it because I don't want people to think that this has any basis. There is no basis to this.
I've ruined it because now I don't want it to like this to be linked to Alveus. So that is not great. We love Alveus. We go and volunteer there. It's
this is
great.
Like the one thing that I was like,
great.
Dan, you better hold thy tongue or I shall go back to my dimension.
The reason Nathan's legs are bit up is because he was hitting it doggy style and had only his shins on the bed with bed bugs. That's why his shins are bit up.
That's the leading theory.
There's no bug bites above the knee and there's no bug bites below the ankle. It's just shins.
I was just sitting there telling them about it, trying to figure out, like, I guess like my legs got bit up, but it's only my legs. I'm trying to figure out, like, I don't have bed bugs. I washed my sheets. I checked everything. So I'm like, I don't know if I like was standing on an anthill or something. And they're like, oh, obviously you must have been doing it with someone who has bed bugs then on their bed. Mm-hmm. And then because it's only on your shins.
That means the result is that he was hitting a doggy because his feet were hanging off the edge of the bed. He was on his knees and his shins were making contact with the mattress. And then the rest of his body wasn't touching the mattress. So the bed bugs only got to his shin.
This is a joke.
Totally a joke.
This is a joke.
And by saying it's a joke, it totally doesn't mean it's more real than it actually is.
They're dead serious. If anyone takes away that this is real, I'm going for you and them. You are warned. That is a joke.
Yeah, we all know Nathan does not have sex, so it can't be real.
I am clean.
It cannot be real. He's pure.
I am holier than thou.
Look, you see the earrings? They're crosses. He's a Christian boy. He doesn't have sex.
Are they? I mean, I guess they could be.
They're like daggers, but they kind of look like crosses. I think they're just... Daggers are crosses in a way. The hilt is the top of the cross, and the dagger is the long side.
So, like, what is T? I guess, like, anything that's with a T shape is a cross?
The Templars probably stabbed people with daggers and said, like, in the name of Jesus Christ, you die, because it's a cross. And they probably, that probably was used as an explanation back in the day for the Templars killing massive amounts of people.
Next week, can we do medieval podcast?
Well, I don't have anything medieval to wear. Do you want to talk like idiots for the whole time? Is that what you're saying?
Maybe.
Peasants?
Mayhaps someone may wish to speak in tongues.
Why are you going British?
That's not British. It's like Highland. But like...
Highlander's a fake show. It was filmed in Long Island, you know that?
Fuck Long Island.
That's where I'm from, bro. That's where I'm from. Bro, stop. Have you seen that trend?
There's
the Hawk Tuah girl?
Hawk Tuah girl?
So there's this one street interview, and the guy asked some question like, how do you get freaky with your man? And she's like, I would Hawk Tuah, spit on that thing. And she's all Southern. And then the whole of TikTok was like, we have to find this girl. Who is this girl? Because she didn't have a TikTok account. Like, they couldn't find her. And then all of a sudden she made a TikTok account, and they like located her from someone, like one of her friends in high school's TikToks, and they located her, and then she made a TikTok account and started selling merch about like Hawk Tuah. And now it's like a big normie thing where like at this golf tournament that was happening.
Wait, you saw this spread to reality?
This is a TikTok trend that has spread to reality, yes. At the golf tournament that's happening right now on the 10th tee, like usually when a guy tees off, he hits the ball and then everyone cheers.
Yeah.
So and it's mic'd up so like the broadcast can hear it. Mm-hmm. So this guy hits the ball and everyone starts cheering and this guy goes, Hawk Tuah! it's just spread to mainstream media.
Oh, that's like the new, what's his name? Where you go, hello, brother.
Oh, Sketch?
Yeah,
what's up,
Sketch
brother?
At the NFL. Or
We love Sketch.
Hey, brother.
Dude, I love to meet Sketch, man. Like, that kid seems so wholesome. Also, I say that kid, he's a year older than me.
Yeah, he's been grinding.
Yeah. Dude, he hung out with Cinna. Did you see that?
No.
He did a collab with Cinna, who we've met before. I wouldn't say we're friends. No. We know her, though. So,
not that if for some reason, Cinna, we don't.
No,
like
I would like to be your friend, but I feel like we've only talked like once or twice.
I don't know you. You don't know me. We're strangers, just like everyone else watching this. I'm sorry for mentioning you. That'd be like if I'm like, hey,
what?
Jacob. I don't know. There's probably a guy named Jacob
Cinna's
listening
great.
to this eventually. I don't know.
So Cinna was like mostly an upcoming streamer in the past couple years.
Yeah.
And now she's doing collabs like Sketch and I think like that kid Lacey. I don't know if you know that. He's friends with Click. Do you know who Clicks is?
I'm uneducated on everything.
Like a Fortnite streamer or whatever. That whole group and Sketch and Cinna did like a chained together collab. You know, like the game I sent you where you're chained together going through hell trying to. It's like only up, but you're stuck together by a chain. And there was a couple clips that came out of that. So great for Cinna. That's a huge collab with Sketch because he's very hot right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love Sketch. I love his stuff with Jinxie. I'm kind of a Jinxie stan. I'm not gonna lie.
I've not watched anything about Jinxie, but
I used to play Rainbow Six Siege a lot back in the day, and that's his like main game. That's what he came up with on. He's like a really good support player. Plays in like $100,000 tournaments or whatever the hell. And then he collabed with like Queso and Sketch and do stuff like that. And Sketch roasting him is just hilarious. And also they like did a collab where they like played golf and stuff, which obviously I'd be into because
you're a golf dude.
I'm a golfer. I shot a 94 this weekend and got a birdie on 18. Pretty good.
The only birdies I get are in the bedroom.
If birdie means bug bite, then yeah.
I already kind of saw it coming when I was saying it, and I'm like, well, it's already coming out.
Oh, you fucking walked right into that one.
Yeah, man. I got egg on my face and bugs on my legs, I guess.
Fucking hell. What were we talking about? Something about Sketch.
Oh, no, well, it wasn't about Sketch. I was going to go into more just like, I think I would be, not to further it up, only because we mentioned Cinna, who's somebody who we don't know. If I were to become like more, if it were to be a full-time job doing content creation, and especially if I became like widely known, I'd probably just get used to it. But the thought of just listening, especially people that I just don't know at all, like I've never met before, or like maybe I've seen, but like I don't know.
Yeah.
Talking about me on their podcast.
Like before you met them?
My first thought would just be danger. What is going on? I do not like this.
Why?
I don't know. I don't like people.
I guess. I mean,
no, I love people.
I mean, I feel the same for some people, I guess. But like, Cinna's chill. I've spoken to her before. I've met her before. She's very nice. And
I think
I'm
just
very
feels
happy
it's a weird
that she's got this collab. I'm like proud of her. I've been following her since I think she did some stuff with Redacted. She did some stuff. She did some stuff with him. They like kind of were coming up at the same time. And that's when I followed her. So I've seen her come up from like a, like 100 viewer Andy or whatever to where she is now.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
It's like
I just think
it's fan behavior because we're not really friends. We met like twice, but it's not fan behavior because I'm as a sort of friend, not friend, just support her in the same circle as her of friends. I'm happy that she's succeeding and doing well.
I think for the most part, on the other end, I take things well. It might be because like, obviously we interact with a lot of like content creator stuff, but even before I moved here, like early on, like I went to an arts high school. I met a lot of people who were either like tangentially related to like celebrities and stuff, or just outright were celebrities. And like I've always been fine on that. I've been like, they're just people. They're just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So coming to here wasn't a big change, but I still don't know how I'm gonna do with the flip side. And I'm
what
just
if you were big and people come up to you idolizing you and you're like, oh, okay, relax, like I'm just a dude.
I don't really know how I think if I end up especially if that happens to me where I have a bad experience that way, I'm gonna be one of those YouTubers who just do like a full on like, listen guys, let's sit down, let's do a little talk. All right, let's just, you know what I mean? I want to go in like full in depth, be like, we're all just humans in this world. This is why I do this.
No, you just need to do the jaded Ludwig thing where you have an NPC reaction to people coming up and be like, hey, like, can I get a picture? Like, you know, you just need to have a default response.
That's one thing that I actually
program it in your brain.
I think I'll be so bad at that.
So will I, 100%.
Because that's the thing that a lot of people, like I know, like I watched Squeak's videos, and Squeak's talked about in one of his videos where like he went to like the fan meetup and he would just be constantly like talking to people, and they had to keep him being like, dude, you have to go, you have to move, you're holding up the line.
But he feels so bad because he's like, I want to say hi to everybody.
I would feel awful. I'd be like, dude, they're all here to see me. Like, I'm gonna have
asshole.
I want to have like a genuine connection with this person. Imagine have to be like, thanks, dude.
I feel like I'm going to like, just because of how like socially bad I am sometimes, I'm just gonna get mistaken for such an asshole in certain situations like that, and I'm gonna feel so bad. Because I feel like when I first got here and started meeting people, I definitely was on that like same sort of fan behavior type thing.
Yeah.
But it like I never had like a cringe interaction where it like, or at least I don't think I did. Maybe like one time when I saw some streamers at like one of the bars downtown. Mm-hmm. But once I started getting like making more friends with people, like I never had like a really horrible interaction where if I see like that person at some function, I'll be like, oh my god, I can't talk to them. That's so embarrassing.
I think for me, also a thing that kind of helped definitely is like I growing up did not know the name of like any major celebrity. It'd be so hard for me to remember people's names, and the content creators I liked were people who like usually don't show their faces, or people who are like, they're not here. Yeah. Like I like Vine Sauce, which is like a whole group of people, but like Vinny and Joel are two people that I like a lot, but they don't even use face cam. Mm-hmm. I mean, like the only person that I can think of might be those guys, Germa and like Simple Flips, which are like Germa's
solid
huge,
lineup.
but the other ones are like relatively niche compared to that. Mm-hmm. And honestly, like I Simple Flips, I'm pretty sure goes to TwitchCon. This year, I'm actually probably making an effort just to try to see him. Which now this might be like the most fan behavior I've ever.
Behavior.
Now I'm fan
You're the one talking
behavioring.
about I don't like mentioning people. You're mentioning a person you're gonna be fan behavior
Shout out
around.
to Simple Flips.
Well, I definitely had that with like old head YouTubers like Achievement Hunter. Probably I would have been such fan behavior, and I had that. I kind of had like a little bit of starstruck moment when I first met some people in Austin. But it faded fast just because I don't really watch a lot of streamers. Like the only one I really had that with was like Ludwig, and that ship has fucking sailed. I met him at TwitchCon, and then I was like, and then we met Stans and Atrioc and went to the bars with them, and I was just like, that. I think that really just beat it out of me that like, oh, I'm not like there was just people like that I can be friends with. Like it's not like fan behavior anymore. Like I'm in this space. I know the people that work for them, and like. I'm like, it's like a human to human connection now. It's not like I'm a fan and I'm watching. I still like, if I do watch, I'm still a viewer. I'm not like a successful streamer or anything, but that like switch has flicked in my head where it's not like, oh my god, there's Atrioc. It's like or something or
one
Ludwig.
Thing that
I'm
I've
just
thought
like, oh, hey,
about
Ludwig,
is like, and through like doing like early before I moved here. Luckily, I don't think I really met anybody here who's had this, but there are some people who like that. The fan behavior acted like when people act like fans towards them, they start to like think like, oh yeah, I am not just a guy. Like I am.
Oh, they get like a god complex.
Yeah,
sort of thing?
I don't even want to say it's like a god complex.
Just
but
ego.
It's definitely like a scary thing that I think is easy and almost like understandable to develop to an extent.
Yeah.
Because like, especially at a younger age, like that's what you're kind of shown to value at all. Like, especially for like guys, I feel like it's pretty easy because it's like you're just told like your life purpose is just to make money. And usually you're probably going to work a job that you don't like. So it's like, oh, well, I'm super young. I already made all the money I could ever make and my job's amazing.
Yeah.
And this is the only metrics that people really measure success
inflate
by.
Anyone's ego. Like literally anyone's ego will be fucking in the atmosphere.
But like even still, like we met people here who like fit those qualities that I think are like super chill where it's like, they're still surprisingly young, but they have a lot of money and a lot of success.
I think the important thing with like if you rise to fame like that quickly and that young and make all the money that early is to like you have to be self-aware and know how to like humble yourself. Like you can't just go full asshole. Like someone like, for instance, like the Sidemen, they have like KSI, who's obviously this massive celebrity, but they're just like group of friends, and they all like make fun of him and shit on him and like bring him down to earth where he's not. They don't like yes man him and make him like out to be like this fucking god because he's rich and famous and has done all this like legendary content, right? So
Definitely.
like when like streamers usually get out of hand and get unhinged, like for instance fucking Dr. Disrespect, who just got outed as a maybe pet. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't really know what the situation. As a Drake stan, yeah.
Please, do not say that word.
Oh, sorry. As a beep.
As a.
But yeah, like that guy's ego is probably fucking through the roof, so he thinks like nothing can touch him, and then he ends up doing something really, really dumb and horrific and gross.
Honestly, the parallels to Drake in that sentence could apply to both. His response literally was, "I'm too famous to be that."
Yeah, exactly. Like,
it's like, what do you mean?
Like, and like the fucking some of the richest, most famous people are like some of the most horrible and do the most worst things on this fucking stupid planet.
Yeah, but
that's what I feel like. We have a good friend group surrounding us because like we will, if anyone gets that inflated, we will knock each other down 100% back to reality.
Well,
like,
that's an interesting way of looking at it. We'll
it's good.
bully him a little bit.
You want friends that will keep you in check.
I do agree. You
don't want yes men.
It's just your phrasing of it was like, oh yeah, if a guy gets big, we'll bully him a lot.
If all of a sudden Seb M Logo Man becomes the biggest logo fucking creator ever and starts walking around like his dick's huge, I'm gonna beat the shit out of him. like be like, bro, you're still living with us. Like we're still the same.
Yeah, I think for me the biggest thing that I think, because I mentioned before how I was like, I'm cool dying early. You know what I mean? Like at this point, I'm cool dying because I feel like my list compared to other people's lists in general is better, and that is definitely like absolutely ego thing. I don't know everybody out there, and it's the only thing that it serves. I try to keep it to serving me emotionally and like solidifying where I am to give me motivation to continue. Yeah. But I feel like it's easy for that to also lead into like I'm better than other people. But I try to balance it out because I value like unique drives, passions, and stuff like that. So I think like regardless of like anybody could be doing any job or anything as long as somebody has a passion or has something. That to me is what makes somebody like an equal on my level. Like you need to have success because I think success comes in waves and in different ways to different people. It doesn't even have to be like financial. And so as long as I see somebody who like knows where they're going, that already for me is like, all right, you've hit the max like on my like respect level. Like you're pursuing something or you have a passion and you know what I mean? I'm like, that's the most important thing in life, in my opinion, is having something that you are passionate about and you're pursuing.
Yeah, I mean, everyone is going, like, especially if they're successful, is going to have an ego. But I think you and I are very self-aware to not let it get to that point. I feel like if it's going to happen to anyone out of the two of us, it'll probably happen to me rather than you. And then I'll have you and Seb and Sick and Noah to just beat my ass back down to earth if that happens. If I get my head gets too big or some shit like that. But
for me, I'm ready. Like if I could close the door right now and just live with my wife. I'm ready for that chapter.
Yeah, I'm ready to. I just want to make enough money to get rid of my student loans and retire early, and then just flick the switch.
A humble life
is
good enough for me. Listen, I'm good on that.
Give me in the Swiss mountains. I'll be a lumberjack or something.
That's honestly one of the biggest things for me is I don't think I could ever get to like huge accomplished levels in terms of like YouTube or content creation because at like that level you make so much money with so little effort.
Like what do you do with it?
Like my thought process is literally just like I made enough money to live. Like I'm just gonna retire. Like I'm gonna do the fulfilling part of life, which for me is not the money, is the connections, and the family, and the time.
Do the PewDiePie thing where like that might be it. Do you post basically what PewDiePie's doing is. Like if it's a family vlog to make memories for his kid to watch himself grow up and like, you know, see his mom and dad growing up, like growing old together in Japan, which is like so wholesome. Also, that's doing numbers in terms of views, so
yeah.
he's still making good money, but it's regardless, it doesn't mean anything to him. And then anything else he makes is like, probably like either a sponsor deal or like a passion project.
If anything, I think originally before the family thing started, he was just continuing doing videos at some point just to give his editor like work. He's like, I don't want to do any work anymore, but I just want to, because, you know, I would want to do the same thing if I became huge and all of a sudden like this guy helped me do this entire thing. I wouldn't want to quit until that guy also has full bag.
You would like retire, but then the reason you still make videos is out of passion or out of helping the benefit of others.
I would love to just be able to sit and just do passion projects. And the thing is, I don't think it's that. It's extremely hard to do. I think once you... I don't even think this is like a crazy like revelation, but like I don't think it's hard to do once you get there. Because like at that point, you're just... What else are you going to do other than just in your free time work on stuff that you really enjoy? And if you already have especially if you got there through an audience originally, then they're definitely going to stick around to watch
Plus,
what you're doing.
if you care about it and you enjoy it, it's going to just make that content piece better and the like even if it's not the most like viral idea or anything, like if you have a loyal fan base who likes you, then they're going to enjoy something that you enjoy making, and it's just gonna be fulfilling.
One of the things, like honestly, I think it was my first interest over everything else that I've done has been animation, but trying to do that for money or like by yourself,
it's awful.
It's
deadline
insane.
pressures. Animation takes so long. It's
hours.
Like it's miserable if it's not passionate. That's how I feel about video editing.
If I mean like that's the reason why I picked up video editing was because I already knew animation, so I was like, I know basic animation principles. I did Adobe Animate, and the keyframe system is really similar to Premiere's keyframe system. So I was like, I get the concept. If I were to fully retire and like have nothing else to do, I'd probably just start making like my dream animations. Like I would love to fully animate something that's like Ghibli quality, even if it's like a 10-minute short. Like I'm willing to spend a whole year writing and like doing all the animation to make a 10-minute short.
Yeah, that'd be fucking sick.
But
it's
like
a passion project.
How the fuck? I'm not doing that right now. I'll say. I'm not doing it now.
It'd be inefficient because you need to be making money and you know.
I need to be making money.
Live your
I
life
have
correctly.
awful equipment compared to what like I'd probably want. Like I have like.
You need to get a Wacom tablet.
I have a shitty one that's like $10 online.
No, you need the big ass one, like the fucking
That's what I want
giant
so bad.
It's so sick.
I went to your workplace and I know your graphic
the
designer.
art director has it.
Huge one, and I'm just like, dude, that's like $12,000. I'm like, I want that.
It's pretty fucking sick.
It's so nice. But that would probably be like my. I don't know if
your
you
end
have,
goal.
Yeah, I don't know if you have end goals in mind.
I think I would just like try to harvest a community to hang out with and stream and just like. And then
I mean, like that's already like crazy. Just to be like, I just want to be able to chill with all these people.
And then like in like outside of that, it would probably doing like a similar to Ludwig and Germa sort of thing, and just do like
it sounds like Germa.
Big productions, like host like events about shit I care about, like stuff like that. Like I don't know, I'll probably do like summit-esque tournaments and just do fun events for content. And
I think I'd really enjoy production stuff, but I think it'd be more on the. I don't think I want to do live production stuff. I like to do like music videos and stuff like that, where it's more artistic, like everything's planned out.
Oh, I have a passion project I want to do. There's this game called Road Trip.
Yep.
For the PS2, and you're basically a car. Like the car is a sentient being, and you drive around, do races for money to buy upgrades, and then you drive like basically highway drive to the next city to go do more races and more quests. And there's like quests and collectibles throughout the world, and then eventually your goal is to like get your car fully upgraded and go race the president who lives in Cloud City in the sky, and then like you become president of the fucking world or whatever. But it's like it's basically like a racing RPG, but instead of levels you buy parts to upgrade your car. But I want to basically make a second one and
yeah?
and just like make it crazy. I've talked about it with my game dev friends that like eventually like if one of us fucking makes it, we're doing it, baby. Like,
do you know what my sequel to a random obscure game is?
What?
Insane Aquarium 2, baby.
What the fuck?
I have over I think I literally have like 100 hours in Insane. I think I have 200 hours in Insane Aquarium.
I've never played Insane Aquarium. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my god, it's an amazing game.
Is it like a CD?
Okay. It's an old game. It probably was a CD for most people. Just imagine this. Fish tank, right? Game where you buy fish.
Yeah, I'd imagine
you feed them, they poop money. And then with that money, you buy more fish. Wow. You buy better food, but then
so it's a mobile game.
What's that? An alien is invading your shit. Yep, an alien is invading your fish tank, and now you have to shoot him with your laser guns to kill him before he kills all your fish.
That was a twist I was not expecting.
I know, what the fuck? Like, I played this as a kid, I was just like, oh, fun little fish game. And I'm like, alien?
And
then it came in and it
ate a tower defense game.
Yeah.
You're fucking in the mines, like, Helldivers.
It's a very simple game.
Dude, make Helldivers, but you're defending the fish tank.
I'm down.
Dude, fish divers.
I would love this.
Well divers.
Well divers?
I don't know, I'm coming up with a name. We'll workshop it. We'll
figure it out.
But we're running out of time, but before we end, I want to talk about off the meds.
Oh yeah, we should talk about that real quick.
So we have our friends Seb M Logo Man, and Sick Nasty,
yep,
who have a show similar to like an Eric Andre style show. Yeah. We always joke and call it a podcast.
I don't. I call it a talk show.
It's not really a podcast, kind of like a talk show. But basically, they have guests on, and the guests don't know what they're doing when they show up. They just sit down in the chair and they start recording. And Seb and Sick plan these pre-planned bits for their guests, depending on like what they do and whatever.
Yeah.
So for me, who has like been a friend of theirs for a while, they had me on as their guest, and they made me do a speedrun challenge. And at first, it was just building a small Lego set, which
you were so bad
fucking terrible at.
Oh my! And honestly, that was just a bad idea on them. They gave you a full Lego set that had like 120 parts, and I'm like, what do you? How fast do you think anyone's gonna build this?
It was like 158 pieces or something, and all the pieces are like tiny little pegs that you have to connect. It was a motorcycle basically, and I'm sitting there like with the packet on the table, like digging through trying to find these tiny little pieces while I'm trying to also be comedic and run bits with the two hosts next to me, and they keep just calling me shit. And eventually I swap out with Sick, and Sick finishes it, and then I end up slapping it out of the air anyways and destroying it.
I also fucked up a few times, but I just thought at that point I'm like, this is gonna be 10 minutes of him just like making it regularly. I'm just gonna start fucking with them.
We made it pretty funny because me, Sick, and Seb and you have all lived together at one point or one another, and so the chemistry was just there, and we were just shooting the shit, cracking jokes. Like I think one of my favorite bits is I'm looking for a piece, and Seb is like, oh, I can't find a piece. They're all brightly colored or whatever. And I'm literally looking for like a black piece. So I'm just like, no, it's not brightly colored. And he keeps going, it's brightly colored little Lego piece, and Dan can't find it. And I just turn to him and I go, it's black. And I say it like that, like with a vein popping out of my neck, and we all start cracking up. I can't remember what kind of bit what bit it's from. It might be I want to say Super Mega or Fits, like the Australians.
Yeah.
No, I don't know what it is.
No clue.
It's a bit where they're like, why'd you say black like that? They're like, I don't like the way you said black. It might be Game Grumps. I think it's Game Grumps.
I don't like the way you said black.
They're like, I don't like the way you said black. I don't like the way you said black there. Like that, that bit. I like that's why I ran that bit, and it was funny. But eventually, the Legos were finished, and we move on to bit 2, which basically they challenged me to a speed run where I have to drive Sick's old ass car, which is like
I was terrified,
a fucking beater, and I have to drive it down to a gas station, get a extra large, like blue raspberry slushy, and fill his gas up to exactly $20 on the meter, and then drive back. And the timer ends when I re-enter the house. To which I didn't know how to turn the lights on, and in that confusion of not knowing how to turn the lights on, I took a wrong turn and went to the wrong gas station where I was supposed to go to a Quick Trip, But instead, I just went to this fucking random gas
I
station.
literally told him to when we were at the turn. He's like, "Where do you go, left or right?" I'm like, "Left." And you said, "All right, I'm going right then." And I'm like, "Well, you're fucking it up."
Nathan's filming this, and we're both going back and forth, yelling at each other while I'm whipping the car, in the darkness of the night.
If you want extra Bozo content, and especially probably the most hectic Bozo content,
it's really good. It's a really good episode. That you should check out for sure because it's a hilarious video. It's one of my favorite videos I've ever been a part of. But basically my time was slow and I go back and I'm like, whatever, it was like 20 something minutes, 21 minutes, I think. And then we get back and Sick and Seb are like, oh, should we do a run? I don't think they had that planned.
They did not. I think it was just spur of the moment.
Yeah. So spur of the moment, they were like, oh, let's do a run. Me and Sick. So then we're like, okay, go. And then we basically, like me and Nathan, who Nathan's filming, we all go into the car together to go do the same thing, but with Sick and Seb being the person running for the time. And my goal was just to start sabotaging them to try to make them be slower than I. So one of the bits was Sick took the gas cap out and put it on the back of his car because his gas cap isn't connected with like a string for some reason because his car's old as dirt. And I just picked the gas cap up and threw it into the bushes and Seb had to go look for it for a while. And then Sick was trying to fill up the slushy and I kept pushing the cup so he kept spilling it.
That was just really funny in the video. Just that it's the opposite of like satisfying videos. There's something that it irks me seeing a slushy like with just dripping down the side all over their hands. I just kept pushing it out of it, so his hand was shaking and then he was spilling it everywhere. I bought cupcakes on our run because I had 6 credit cards. I was like, I'm gonna get myself a snack. That was my favorite part. They cut out the Mr. Beast. I thought the Mr. Beast joke was really funny. You're just like, guys, credit card. I'm like, Mr. Beast, whatever you want. Well, I ended up cracking the cupcakes open when we re-entered the store in front of the same cashier that we bought the cupcakes from like literally 10 minutes earlier. The cashier did not seem phased at all. No, he didn't give a shit. He was like a young kid. Yeah, the cashier was stone-faced the entire time. He could have been high or something. He was just like, what the fuck are these idiots doing? Walking around with a camera. Honestly, in the store. That's the best outcome I could have ever hoped for. Yeah, if it was like a high-strung guy that was like, you can't film in here, that would have sucked. That would have ruined it. No, I think he just avoided eye contact for the most part. Just let us do our thing. He was just like, I don't get paid enough for this shit. And then just like, did his job and then then we went left. But as you guys were leaving, you all ran to get in the car and I was like, you turned to me, I was like, I'm gonna go use the restroom, I'll be right back. And then they all went and got in the car and then I slowly walked up to the car while they're like ready to go and then I'm like, I had to like stop because I was like, please don't run me over. And I got in the car and then the entire time I was telling them to floor it. I was like, please don't hit me. When Sick was trying to fill up the gas, I kept trying to like fucking squeeze it so I could get it over 20 minutes so they get a penalty. When we got to the red light, I put the shifter in park, but Sick fucking leaked. I was hoping Seb would try to like floor it when the light went green and then just be in park. Fuck the car up. Yeah, that would have been hilarious. The car would have exploded. Dude, that car's just... Oh, it's a piece of shit. It's such a beater. No AC either, so like, especially with the 4 of us, even though it was night. It was hot. It was sweating by the end, dude. And we're driving with like the back light on, so the lighting's good inside the car. And then like there's like a cop that goes by, and we're like, please don't pull us over. Ain't doing nothing illegal, brother. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, I could have. There was no one around. I could have run a couple red lights to improve my time, but I was like, I'm just gonna make them wait. I don't give a shit. You were egging to run the light. I was like, and every time I'd be like, my morality kicked in. Do not do this. I won't say anything, but do not do this. My morality kicked in. But basically, when we get back to the house, they were at like 15 minutes. They were comfortably going to beat me. I think they were like 13 minutes. Yeah. And I stand in front of the front stoop, and I'm like, I'm not letting you pass. And all of a sudden, me and Seb start wrestling while Sick has the slushy and he's trying to get inside. And Seb, basically, I dodge him a couple times, and then I push him on the ground, and he's just wrapped around my leg, so I can't move anymore. I'm like one knee on the ground, one knee up, trying to make sure Sick doesn't get past me. And I go to dive for him, and I grab his arm, and he almost dropped the slushy, but he kept it together. And then he went inside, and I tried to like grab the front door and hold it for a little bit, but then I just gave up. It was so hectic. They were already there. I don't know where to look because it's just too much. There's too much going on. You did a pretty good job of capturing it. I try my best. And also, like, when I had a bit run through my head, I would make sure the cameras, like, I didn't throw the gas cap into, like, I had the gas cap in my hand, and I was like, Nathan, and you were doing something else, and then you looked at me, and then I threw it. Mm-hmm. So we did a pretty good job at keeping everything nice and filmed well.
But yeah, they ended up beating me by like 6 minutes because we went to the wrong fucking gas station.
And you embarrassed both of us because they count us as the Bozo show. So I also got demerits.
They didn't even name drop us on. You know, they cut out us being like subscribed to the Bozo show.
I did know they cut out the Bozos.
Motherfuckers.
We can cut out them. We could just bleep them.
Yeah, just bleep off the meds. Just bleep every time we said it.
Editor,
do it.
Editor.
AKA
Editor, brother.
Me or you.
One of us, brother.
But yeah, go check out that Off the Meds video. Yeah, and also subscribe to the podcast. And also follow us on TikTok and Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
And subscribe on YouTube and all that. I think that's all you counts. And Twitter. Go follow us on Twitter.
Yeah, so that way when I post my repost porn, you can see it. I don't do that on the Twitter.
Go follow Nate Plays Bad's porn account on Twitter. And also follow Dan Corona on everything too, because I have a new video coming out on my actual channel as well. We're going to plug everything. Okay, goodbye.
Bye.
Oh, we doing a little end card action?
I feel like we do end card. Do we not do end card?
It's usually short, so fuck you. Bye.